So today we're going to do a valve adjustment on a 6.7 Cummins. First thing you want to do is get that vent off, get the valve covers off, get everything out of the way. Top cover comes off, then you got your CCV filter with your bottom cover. Take that all off, make sure you don't rip your valve cover gasket. When we get to that point, I'll show you from there. Okay, so now we got the top valve cover off right there with the CCV filter out. You want to unplug your valve cover gasket harness, one there. You got a plug here. I believe that's for the crankcase pressure. You got a vacuum line here. And then you got two bolts back here in the back. You got two right here and you got two right here. They're 10s. Once you get those 6 out, the bottom valve cover will actually come out and you'll be able to see your valves. I'll let you know when we get there. Okay, now that you got the actual bottom piece of the valve cover off, you can see all the valves, your valve cover gasket, and the harness for your injectors and everything else. You don't necessarily have to remove that harness. It's better if you don't have to, because they're real brittle and you don't want to lose an injector due to just a one wire breaking. Down there you can sort of see it, but the main crank pulley, I gotta find a socket for it, see what size it is. We're gonna turn it all the way up to 12 o'clock, top dead center, and that'll tell us on which rotation it's at, which valves we can adjust. So the adjustment for the intake is 10 thousandths, and the adjustment for the exhaust is gonna be 20 thousandths. I believe 26 is stock, but there's an allowance, so we'll go a little bit less on this motor. I'm just using the OEM tools, feeler gauges. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Okay, it's gonna be hard for you guys to see, but I do got the line down there, straight up and down. I tipped my finger over here. So now you should be able to adjust 1 intake, 2 intake, and 4 intake. That seems pretty loose. And then you should be able to adjust 1 exhaust, 3 exhaust, wow, that's really loose, and 5 exhaust. And then once you spin the motor over completely again, you just do what's left. Well, that's it. I got all these ones adjusted. I'm gonna pick up some of my tools and make sure everything's secure and fire it up before I put the valve covers back on. The top valve cover, just so I could hear it and make sure everything's sounding right before I put it all back together.